What's going on? This is going to be a little mead making video. Today we're going to make some elderberry mead. I made a batch of this a couple months ago. I was really happy with how it came out. Really liked the taste, brought it home from Christmas. Everyone really liked it. So I'm going to make some more. These elderberries are straight from the center of Philadelphia at Reading Terminal Market, one of the shops there, as well as the honey, 5 pounds of clover honey from another shop at Reading Terminal Market. So I'm going to try to do like a little bit of like a walkthrough my process and all that. Enjoy. First things first, we're going to sanitize all of our equipment with some Star San, and yeah, go from there. All right, so we have a cup of dried elderberries. We need to rehydrate them. So while that's going, we're gonna come over here to our little weigh station to weigh out our yeast. I usually use this Red Star Premier Cuvée, but I have some of this left over, K1V1116. But yeah, we're gonna use this for our batch. So we have almost exactly 2.5 grams of yeast. And we just mix it up in some water and our slurry will be good to go. The guys are pretty much cooling down, chilling out. It's honey time now. So we're gonna use 2.5 pounds of honey. This is 5 pounds, so I'm kind of just gonna eyeball it halfway. Hopefully that will be good. Hey yo. So I added pretty much half of what or maybe a little over half of what I'm gonna add. And I'm just gonna add some water and mix it all together. So we got like half of our must made. I think I'm just gonna add the elderberries in now. They're still pretty hot, but I think the water that's already in there will kind of cool them down. All right, now we're gonna mix all this together. All right, now that we have it all mixed together, we can add a little bit more honey and then some more water, and we can mix it all up again. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more water to it just to fill it all the way up, and then check the estimated alcohol content. As an aside, I do sanitize my hands before every single one of these shots. It dries my hands up pretty bad, but it's worth not contaminating the mead. Alright, so what we're doing here is measuring the specific gravity of the solution, which is kind of like an estimate of how much sugar is going to be in there. So if the yeast ferments through all the sugar, it should come out to be around 12%. Now we just add our airlock, add some water, and we're good to go. Now we wait, pretty much. These are 2 other batches that I have going. This one is a coffee chocolate mead, and this one is like I fermented it with apples, and then I took the apples out and then put some cinnamon sticks in there. So apple cinnamon mead, and then this is our new guy. It's gonna be burping up a storm in the next couple weeks. So the reason we're using airlock is twofold. 1, we don't want the air getting back into the container, and 2, we want the CO2 to be able to escape from our container so that we don't create a bomb and paint the walls red with our sweet elderberry mead. So it's been about a week at this point. We're going to add some of this sparkleoid powder to our mead to help some of the particles that are floating around in it settle to the bottom. Alright, so we're just going to add a little bit to some boiling water and then add it to the mead and let it sit for another week to let all those particles settle to the bottom. It's definitely done. I see it bubbling a little bit, but just because I moved it around a little bit. But we are going to transfer the mead into a new vessel today. Into a nice clean vessel. We're going to recheck the sugar content of the wine to see how much sugar has been fermented out and turned into alcohol. And we're going to measure out some chemicals that will help us kill the yeast in the mead and kill whatever else might be trying to grow in there. So we're going to get everything clean now. So we're going to measure 0.5 to 0.75 grams of our sorbistat K so that our yeast, in case there's any residual left over, doesn't continue to grow and make more alcohol. That's perfect right there. Add it in here. And then we're gonna crush up 1 Camden tablet and add it to our mead. Now we get to test the alcohol content of our mead. So we initially checked how much sugar was in the mead when we first started fermenting, and now we can remeasure it, and then we take the difference of how much sugar is actually gone now, and we can kind of estimate the alcohol content in it. Oh geez, I spilled some. Oh no. Sugar, or it's showing that the sugar has completely fermented out. So we're at whatever percentage it estimated at the beginning. So I still do have like 2.5 pounds of this clover honey. I think I'm gonna add like just a little bit to it, just to bring the sweetness up just a little bit. So I'm not even gonna measure this. I'm just gonna kind of go on the vibes. That's enough. So now all we have to do is take that liquid and put it into this jar. Unfortunately, this is not the first time this has happened. I'm overstimulated. So I'm not completely confident on the sterility of my mead at this current point in time. So I might add a little bit more of these little guys. I might just add like the dust that's in the bottom, or maybe I'll crush like half one in case there is anything growing in there that I don't want it to be. I really don't want this to spoil. And down the hatch. Okay, I'll mix that up and see, hopefully that helps. Alright, so that's it for today. Hopefully our mead doesn't spoil. That was probably the least sterile mead transfer I've ever done. Yeah, hopefully we don't see any bubbles coming out of here. If we do, it means either the yeast in there is reactivated and is going through the sugar we just added in the honey, or there's bacteria in there and it's spoiling the mead. So hopefully neither of those things happen and we have a beautiful tasting mead in the next couple of weeks. I'll keep you all posted. It's been a couple days and we got no bubbles, so right now we're just gonna age it and see how it comes out. All right, what's up? We're back. The mead is done. It's been aging for quite some time now. I don't actually know how long. I'll probably look back and check, but I'm moving out of Pennsylvania in like 3 days, so I have to do this now. I probably would have let it age longer, but I don't want to travel with a almost half gallon of alcohol just kind of sloshing around in the back of my car. So I'm gonna put this into some bottles, which is the final step in this process. And yeah, I'm gonna get them all cleaned up and then pump it on in. All right, now that I've made the floor sufficiently sloppy, I have our bottles that we'll be using today. They're upset. Oh my God, look at that thing. Giant bottle. But yeah, the plan is to fill this one up fully and then get as many of these as I can do without running out. All right, I'm gonna try not to do a repeat of last time. But I just smelled it. I'm gonna taste it in a second, but it smells really good. So I just gave it a little bit of a taste. It's all right, it's good. It's not as sweet as I would like it. Normally I would probably add some honey back into it and then let it sit for another couple months, but I can't do that this time because I have to bottle them up now before I leave my apartment. So hopefully they'll just sit in their bottles and kind of age, and maybe they'll develop a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. Probably crack them open in like a year, maybe around Christmas, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna bottle them now. Wish me luck. All right, so we got our giant ass bottle, and then 3 little tiny ones, and then this one is kind of like the cloudy one. All right, so this is arguably the most satisfying part of the entire experience. It's corking the bottles. So I have my corker here. We load up one of these corks into it, and then line it up with the top of our bottle, and then it just squishes the cork down into it. All right, so here we are, our finished bottles of Elderberry Mead. I threw some stickers on there, some labels on there that I made. Yeah, thanks for watching. This has been I don't even know, like 5-month-long video. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah. So that was a lie. This is the actual end of the video. This is me actually a year and a couple months later from when I first started this whole video. I completely forgot about it and kind of put it on the back burner for a while, but I was gonna finish it today. And I was like, oh, I should do like a final taste test a year later of the mead, but all the bottles are gone. I gave the big blue one away to Yankee Swap, and probably drank one of them at some point during the year. And then at the usually around like December, end of December, January, my friends and I, who also make mead, we all get together, invite the rest, like a bunch of other friends over, and we have a big mead tasting party. So the other two, we must have drank at the mead party. I know we drank one of them. I don't know if the second one got opened or not, but I don't know where else it would have gone. But I remember at the mead party, I wish I could have done like a live taste test, but at the mead party, I remember it being a lot better than when I first tasted it after secondary. It was a lot sweeter than I initially remembered, and I just thought it aged really well, which is a pretty recurring theme for these mead parties. I feel like I'll make a mead, taste it, and be like, oh my god, that's so bad. And I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll save a bottle for the end of the year. And we have this party, and I'm like, oh my god, this aged so well. So time is the best ingredient. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video through all the the spills and whatnot. Thanks for watching, and yeah, leave any questions or comments you have, and I'll be happy to answer them.